let's go over what we're going to do. First, my name is Dan Levin. Thanks for coming, everybody. All my Renaissance peeps, all my Formula 3. Welcome to my little fitness class, little fitness party. We're going to be doing legs and core as usual. We're going to throw in just a tiny bit of arms as well. And the way this is going to work is since I'm a trainer and I'm not a Group X instructor, there might be a slight difference. A lot of times, I'm going to try to join in the exercises, but if people have their video up, then I will also be spending time looking at your form and doing any form corrections if necessary. That's if you're comfortable with it and if you want to hear it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a variety of little circuits. And the way it's going to work is I'm going to tell you about it, then I'm going to do it and just demo, and then you guys are going to do it. And a lot of it's going to be time-based. There's one or two things that are going to be rep-based. And that is it. Okay. All right. So a few rules. First of all, you are going to breathe with everything that we do. You're not going to hold your breath for anything, even if it's tough. Breathing gives you like a short-term, like kind of a temporary core boost. When it's kind of like squeezing a balloon that's not full, that balloon gets more rigid. Same thing happens when you hold your breath, but we're not doing, that's more for powerlifting and stuff like that. And we're not doing anything like that. So make sure you breathe. Also, nothing we do is supposed to hurt. Since I am not there with you, I can't give you like super exact advice, but if something hurts, just stop. And you could either do something else or just wait. Now, as far as like the time and the exercises, if you feel like it's too much, you can just stop. You got to do this at your own rate, and then you just get a little more of a rest than everybody else. And then you join in when you can. There are some exercises that we're going to do one side, then the other side. If we do that, like we are going to do a tricep exercise today, and we're going to do a lateral lunge as well. That's going to be basically one leg at a time. You just do the weak leg first, and then match it with the strong leg. And that way, the legs, if they're not legs or arms, everything kind of catches up over time. And that is it. So for our warm up, we're going to do a series of 4 different moves. Now, for those that have been here, you know that I love like the core work and the planks and side tees. This is just going to be a little bit of a mix. So it's going to, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to go through all of them first, and then I'll have you guys do it. It's going to start with a plank. Now, always with a plank, I don't like it when the butt's in the air with a big drop in the lower butt. You got to tuck that butt in, squeeze your butt. That's a plank. Now, what we're going to do is every 3 seconds, we're going to change position. Now, while my forearms are straight, I'm going to turn to my right. So my left arm turns in, and then I'm going to go to a side T, 3 seconds. I'm going to go back to a plank, 3 seconds. Other side, 3 seconds. And we're just going to keep doing that. And we're going to go for 45 seconds. After that, we're going to do a press-up stretch. And that stretch is we're going to have our hands close to our body. We're going to exhale as we come up. We're going to drop our hips down. We're not going to force them down. So our glutes are relaxed. We're still going to squeeze our abs. We're going to breathe. Shoulders back and down. And this is just an ab stretch. You might get a little bit of hip flexor in there if you're really tight. And especially today, we're probably spending a little too much time on the couch just because we're isolating. It's a great exercise. The other move from that is going to be a down dog. So you're just going to tuck your toes in, and then you're going to back your butt up. And this is one where you actually want to stick your butt out. For the plank, we kind of tuck in. For the down dog, we're going to stick our butt out, and we're just going to hit our hamstrings and calves a little more. You're going to breathe the whole time. And then after that, we're going to do our last one for the series. And that is going to be a superhero, and we're going to go up and down. Make sure your shoulders are back and down, thumbs pointing up. You're going to breathe the whole time. All right, so we're going to do a plank to side T, then press up, then down dog, then superheroes up and down. We are going to start with a plank in 3, 2, 1, go. It's going to do your plank. 3 seconds. Back into your plank. 3 seconds. Hope everyone's keeping up with their nutrition. I'm going to be giving a little seminar soon on nutrition as well as carbs. We'll have that information posted soon. We are almost there. And stop. Not so bad, right? Let's do a press up. Exhale on the up. Shoulders back and down. Let your hips drop over time. Real nice day out. Anyone in the Aliso area from Renaissance, if a guy on a bicycle, blue cargo bike, or an electric fat tire bike comes by yelling Renaissance, it's because I recognize you from the club. It's me under that helmet. Let's go to down dog. If you wear heels, this is a great stretch. You're going to have to get through your calves first to get to your hamstrings. You want to try to lower your heels to the ground while bringing your chest towards your feet. And stop. Take a few breaths. We're now going to lay on the ground. We're going to do the superhero. We're going to face down and begin. Think of it as chest and knees. You're not just raising your feet. Try to look down. Make sure you breathe. Try to squeeze your abs, even though you're laying on your abs and you feel like you don't need to. It's good practice just to do it. Try to go up as high as you can. We're only going to go for 45 seconds for the first set. And stop. We're going to do a groin stretch, catch your breath, and then we're going to do it again. Groin stretch for just 30 seconds. When you do a groin stretch, try to avoid pulling your toes up. You're just kind of torquing your ankle. It's not stretching your groin. It has nothing to do with it. Same thing that you don't want to crank your back just because I know there's an urge to get your chest to your feet, but do it with your chest up. And that way you're really just focusing on the area that we intend. That's good. All right, so we're going to go for the plank to the side T again. We're going to go for a little bit longer this time. First time was 45 seconds. We're going to go for a minute. Everyone get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Move your forearm, extend. 3 seconds. When you're doing the transition, try to make it as graceful as possible. Don't just plop into position. Enjoy that descent of that arm coming down. You can feel your obliques kick in. Thirteen short seconds. Do you guys think this is easier than just doing a regular plank at the same time? And stop. Press it up. You could turn even a little side to side. And a lot of times when you turn side to side, even if it's slight, you're going to feel some of that hip flexor area a little more pronounced. And tuck your toes in, go into a down dog. Keep pressing back. You're trying to bring everything back while not rounding your back. Try to keep your spine in relative extension or flat. And stop. We're going to do the superhero again, up and down, and we're going to do it for a little bit longer. A minute instead of 45 seconds. Everyone get in position. 3, 2, 1, go. I used to not understand core until I became a trainer. Like a lot of people, like at the club, when I ask them what they do for core, normally they tell me their ab routine. And that's like saying car maintenance is like oil changes. And you're like, yeah, oil change is car maintenance, but there's so much more that goes into car maintenance. And the same thing, there's so much more that goes into core than doing abs. That's why we try to get all 4 planes. So we get our back, we get our sides. A lot of people that just do abs and only abs and they don't do their back, they can actually develop back problems. They could start hunching forward because their erector spinae muscles can't keep up with their ever strengthening ab muscles. And stop. Groin stretch, 30 seconds. And I don't know how everyone is here with push-ups. We're not doing any today. Hopefully we'll be doing some soon. But even something like a push-up, I'm sure we've all seen someone do a push-up and you don't know like what part of them's coming up next. It kind of looks like this when they do it. Instead of this where everything goes together, it's kind of like you don't know what's going on. It looks like it's like rough seas. When I see that, that tells me that besides the fact their push-up sucks, they need to work on their core, right? All right, let's do one more round. We're going to go for a minute. Plank to side T. Everyone get ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 3 seconds. Little turn. Enjoy that part where you come down. Keep breathing. Twenty seconds. And stop. We're going to do a press up. Begin. I have to admit, I started vegging out a little bit on the last set. Mind was racing across the universe. Remember, don't force your hips down. Let gravity do it. You can do a little turning. I feel my right hip flexor way more than my left one. Let's go to a down dog. Tuck your toes in. So those of you that have mats or carpeting, I would recommend keeping a mat wherever you have the TV. It's real easy to fall into a few episodes of whatever on Netflix, but what I try to do, and it works pretty well, is that I spend part of the time on the ground. Not the whole time. It's not like you don't have to go overboard. But it's nice if you finish watching a show and you do a little foam rolling, a little bit of stretching. There we go. And stop. It feels great when you're done. You pour yourself to bed. It's a good feeling. Take a few breaths. We're going to do another superhero. All right, up and down in 3, 2, 1, go. Once you get a strong core, everything physical in your life gets easier. Doesn't matter if it's in the gym or you're carrying like 8 grocery bags at once from the car to the house, everything gets easier. Ten seconds. Oh, Jason Coates has joined us. What's up, Jason?
Hello, Master Dan. How are you?
All right, let's do a groin stretch, last groin stretch. How's everyone feeling so far? Not a bad warm-up. So while we're stretching, I'm going to explain our next exercise. So we're going to do 2 exercises, and one is going to require both sides, and the other one's going to be just one shot. So we're going to do a side T, but we're not going to do a classic side T. We're going to have our bottom leg bent, and I'm going to demo, and we're going to do a leg raise with the other leg, and we're going to do that for 30 seconds. So what does that look like? If you have that knee bent and then lift yourself up, this leg would be going up and down, and that's going to be for 30 seconds. We're going to do that side, we're going to do the other side, and then we're going to do another plank, but this plank is going to be for triceps. So I'm going to get a little bit closer just so you guys could see what I want on this. So when I'm in a plank, we're going to do what's called a left arm lead, where my left hand, I'm not just going to flip it and put my hand back down in the same location. I'm going to lift my arm up and put my hand where my elbow was. And then my right arm is going to follow, and I'm all the way up into a plank just on my hands. And then left is going to take the lead again. Now my elbow goes into that spot where my hand was, and then my right arm follows. So the left arm is always going to go up first. The left arm is always going to go down first. Now that's not going to be timed. That's going to be reps. And I started with my left because my left is weaker than my right. And just try to no more than 20. If you get to 20, you're a champ. And don't worry about the right side, because we're going to do that on the second round. So we're going to go side T to leg raise on each side, then the plank to a tricep raise after that. So let's start with the 30-second side T. Bottom leg is bent, hip up, and begin. If you need to put that hand down, it doesn't matter. Keep breathing. I know the light's shining on me and it's probably blinding half of you. I'm pretty pale. And stop. Let's go other side, get in position. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. These are kind of nasty for me. Stop. Felt that on my outer hips for sure. All right, so we're going to do the plank to tricep raise. So remember, left arm first up, left arm down first, and put your hand where your elbow is. Don't just flip your hand over. All right, get in position and go. If this is too hard, or maybe it gets a little too hard, but you want to keep going, you can get on your knees and do it. It definitely makes it a little bit more doable. And stop. Catch your breath. I can't see you, but I assume you're doing great. Anyone need a sip of water? All right, we're gonna go back to that side T leg raise. 3, 2, 1, go. Stop. Take a few breaths. Isn't that second side harder just because we're already using that second side to keep us up? All right, get in position. One knee and go. Stop. Catch your breath. Everyone's favorite tricep exercise is coming up next. So this time we're going to do a right arm lead. Right arm up first, right arm down first. Try to match whatever you did with the other side. Get in position and begin. All right, 20. Catch your breath. That's a nasty exercise. How do you not like it? You're working core and triceps together. Take a minute, let your heart rate come down. Another beautiful day. I've been riding more on the streets lately. It's the bike trails are getting a little too busy. I do miss riding to Laguna Beach with the rest of the Bad Hombres Electric Bike Club, getting lunch. Hopefully soon. All right, let's do another round. Side T to leg raise. This is going to be for time. 3, let's start with the other side. 3, 2, 1, go. Halfway there. You can see where all the dust is on my floor in this position. 3, 2, 1. All right, get in position. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And if you guys have any feedback, feel free to send an email to the club, send them a message. You always send me a message as well. Dan Levin at ClubSports.com. Also, I want everyone, do me a favor. I want you guys to look around and see if you have something like a like a full, like one of those big full laundry detergent bottles, or like gallons of water, like jugs, or like milk, like go with, hopefully with not milk in it, I would say. Finish the milk and then clean it and put some water in there. Because we could start, like, put a towel through the handle. We can start doing some curls. We can start doing some other stuff. We can do, if it's not enough weight, we can go single arm curl with stuff like that. We can make things happen. We can start doing some shoulders. So just start looking to see what you have, because I'd like to just get a little more equipment involved, just so we could get a little more variety. All right, so we're going to do one more plank to tricep. Now this one is going to be just a little bit trickier because, we're only getting this our last set, but we're not just going to do one side. So we're going to go up with the left, down with the left, up with the right, down with the right, up with the left, down with the left, up with the right, down with the right. If you get confused, just recalibrate, try to keep going. This is going to be for reps, and it doesn't matter how many, just do the best you can. And begin. And after you're done with this, we can move our mat. If you have a mat, you don't need it anymore. Take a drink, little official drink break. It's 12:30, we're right on track. All right, so we're going to move on to our next. We're going to start with a squat jump. And it's not just a squat jump. These are ninja squat jumps. And what's the difference? A ninja squat jump, you're silent, especially on that landing. So it's one motion, basically. So when we do a squat jump, there's a little bit of an arm driver. First of all, we got to watch our knees. A lot of times people have a tendency that when they start jumping, their knees go together. No bueno. Your knees always point in the same direction as your feet. So that's why when trainers and we have clients who always have their knees knocked together when they're doing like squats or deadlifts, we'll put a band on them and we make them do squats so they strengthen their abductors, and then they're able to get proper position. So for this, you're gonna go down and we're gonna do an arm driver. So it's one motion. We do a little jump. It doesn't have to be a huge jump, but when you land, it's not land and then go into your squat. The squat is a big part of the landing. So you're landing on your toes, and the second your toes touch, you're already going into your squat. You're already bringing your heels on the way down, and that's like a shock absorber. And then we're just going to spring up again, and we're only going to do 10. All right, do a big exhale on the jump. Let's go. 1, 2. Control the landing, quiet as possible. Kind of hard on floor. That was 10, good. Catch your breath. Since it's explosive, there's a little more of an oxygen demand. So we're gonna wait a few seconds. Then we're gonna do miles. So those of you that haven't done my class before, normally when you do a squat, it's important to press through your heels because that's how you get the super butt. We're gonna focus on quads. So now our heels are not allowed to touch the ground. We're gonna have fingertips on the ground. Try to avoid putting your hand flat. If you're putting your hand flat, you might be shifting too much weight to your arms and not enough on your legs. And to make this a little bit special, we're actually going to do these single leg, which means normally it looks like this. I'm going to lift one foot up a little bit, and we're going to go single leg. And let's go for no more, for like 15 to 20 if you can do it. Okay, so the best you can, and begin. I know they suck. They don't just suck for you, they suck for everybody. But we're in it together. Take a few breaths. When you breathe, don't just breathe into your chest, breathe into that belly area. There's a little more of those little air exchange sacs down there.
Dan,
Right,
when we do those, should our legs be straightened all the way at the top?
If you have the flexibility, yes. My hamstrings just happen to be really sore, and on top of that, I'm inflexible, so my range today isn't great. If you can go low as you can and go as high as you can, you're just getting more out of it than a more limited range.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Sure. All right, other foot. Catch a breath. We're going to go back to squat jumps. Not sure where everyone's at, so I'll give everyone a few more seconds. All right, let's do it. Let's go for a little more. Let's go for 12 this time. 3, 2, 1, go. Nothing gets the heart rate up more than jumping. Let's give it 30 seconds. Okay. Let's get a foot up. Begin. It's a good hamstring stretch for sure, this exercise. Take some deep breaths, get ready for the other side. Let's get in position and go. Give your quads a little rest, and we're going to do them again. I don't know where my towel is. Don't forget to bring a towel for South Park fans. All right. Let's go for 15 jumps. Full ninja. And begin. So our heart rate come down. How is everyone feeling? If you guys want more intensity, less intensity, more emphasis on something, we'll let the club know. It is Dan Levin's Friday class. We're almost done. Let's do some single legs. Single leg Miley. Begin. One down, one to go. We'll get a little stretch after the next set for those that want to stick around. All right, other foot. Oh, my breathing's not freaking everyone out. All right, foot up, begin. All right. I'll wait a little bit just in case if people aren't ready. My heart's definitely going. Hope it's the same for y'all. All right, so let's start with that instep stretch. I just feel like it's a stretch that's kind of ignored a lot. And that's going to be like a hand plank. Then we bring a leg forward. The leg that's on that side, that arm, we try to get that elbow to the ground. Seven seconds. Stop. Give yourself a sec. All right, back into the plank. Other leg up. Drop the elbow. Stop. All right, so we're going to do the stretch. And those that were here last time, we did this last time as well. You're going to have one bent leg in front, one bent leg behind, and you're just going to come forward and feel stretch. I am so happy I turned my AC on before the session. It would have been brutal.
I think I'm about to do that.
Yeah.
It's freaking hot, dude.
I haven't been outside yet today. My balcony always is like an inferno. I think it's what it's made out of.
See, we have a game of how hot can we tolerate in the house. So usually about 80. Oh yeah, about 82. We're like, okay, I give in. I can't do it anymore.
You do the same thing with the cold?
No, I can't handle the cold. I'm weenie when it comes to cold.
Switch legs?
He makes you cranky.
My girlfriend's tiny, so she gets cold really quick.
Yeah.
If it's like 73, she's like, it's freezing. It's just cold, it's freezing.
I won't say that to Aaron. I told Aaron that's how most women are. They're kind of smaller.
All right, everybody, that is a wrap. Thank you so much for joining me this Friday. And keep in mind, try to get some jugs or something. We can get like a workout towel through the handle, maybe get some curls and get some shoulders if we have more than one. So let me know. You could always send feedback. And other than that, have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.
Have a good weekend.
You too.